Good morning, Year 3 Amber. Mr. Goodall here. I hope you had a good weekend. Today in maths, and for this week in maths, we will be doing about, we'll be learning about mass and weight. So the LI for today's lesson is to explore mass intervals. Please pause the video whilst you copy this down. So some of you might be thinking, what is mass and weight? Well, I'll come to the definition in a bit. However, have a think about what mass and weight means and see if you know or can remember what mass or the word weight means. So please pause the video whilst you do this, and then I'll come to the definition shortly afterwards. So the definition of mass is how heavy or light something is. So if something's heavy, like a television or a games console is, that is very heavy. Whereas something light might be an apple. This tripod stand is very light, for example. This ruler is very light. So light is the opposite of heavy. So mass, once again, is how heavy or light something is. So it's pretty much how much something weighs. So the next bit of the lesson, we're going to be practicing on how to read scales. And to start this off, we're going to be using number lines. So what I'm going to do for you now is draw number lines up to 20 and ask you to point out which number up to 20 is represented on the number line in order to practice reading scales, which on most typical scales are various different types. You'll only be given certain numbers on those scales. So we're going to be practicing reading up to those numbers on the scales using number lines. So here we have 4 number lines without any digits, but with arrows pointing to where I need you to fill in the numbers. So I've drawn number lines of 20 with 20 lines representing the numbers between 0 and 20. So the lines between 0 and 20 are the numbers between 0 and 20. So where you see the arrow pointing, I'd like you to fill in the numbers. So please pause the video whilst you do so. So on our first number line, the arrow is pointing to, let's go through this together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 is the missing number on our first number line, or one of the missing numbers, but the space that the arrow pointing to is 7. So let's look at the second number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 is the second number on a number line in which the arrow is pointing to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is the third number, and our fourth number is, so we can either do this by counting all the way from 0, or to save time, we can count down from 20. So 20, 19, 18, 17. So if you've got these right, very, very well done. So what we're going to do now is keep working with the number lines. However, instead of finding out what the missing numbers are, we're going to be given the numbers. And those numbers are going to be the weights of various fruits and vegetables. So what we're going to do is we're going to be given the numbers and then put where those numbers are on the number line. So we're still going to be working in divisions of 20. So the number lines will be going up to 20 with 20 spaces on them. But with this time we're going to put the various weights of various carrots, oranges and fruits and vegetables on our number lines. So here's our next lot of number lines. So you'll see that I've added a unit of measurement next to the numbers. So this unit is grams, one of the most common units of measurements whilst being used in weight and mass. So weight and mass is often measured in grams. So on this first question here, which I'm going to do for you, we have carrots at 16 grams. So this number line is between 0 grams and 20 grams. So what we're going to do is find out where 16 on this number line and then draw an arrow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So here we have where our carrots are on the weighing scale or the number line. So I'm going to leave you to do the rest of these three. Please pause the video here whilst you do so, and then I'll go through them with you. So on next question, we have bananas weighing in at 7 grams. So let's find where 7 is on this number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here we have our bananas weighing in at 7 grams. So for apples, we have them weighing in at 10 grams. So let's find where 10 is on this number line here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here we have our apples at 10 grams. And last but not least, we have cabbage weighing in at 19 grams. So as some of you may know, 19 is nearer 20 than 0. So let's count down from 20. 20, 19. So here we have our cabbage. So after our workings out on the number lines going up to 20, we're going to mix up our number lines a little bit, because on a lot of scales, they will either read in measurements of 2 grams or 2 kilograms, 5 grams or 5 kilograms, or even 10 grams or 10 kilograms. So you might not see a measurement on the scale until you reach 10 grams. All scales work differently. And after this lesson, search on the internet scales in Google Images and see how many different types of scales you can find, because they're all different, they all work differently, and that's what we're going to try and cover in this week's lesson, or part of it is to read scales. So what we're going to do is look at scales with different measurements and see if you can work out how many grams there are per measurement. So here we have some number lines divided up into different things, different units. So we have up to 20 on our first one, up to 40 in our second one, up to 80 in our third one, and up to 100 in our last one. So for this first one up to 20, we are going to count how many units are on this number line / scale, and then we're going to divide them by the number at the end, which in this case is 20, and then see how many numbers, so see what number each unit is. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units. So 20 divided by 10 equals 2. So a unit on this number line is worth 2 grams. So on this number line here, which is 40, I'll leave you to work that out. So the 40, the 80 and the hundreds, I'll leave you to work it out. Please pause the video here whilst you do so, and then I'll go through the answers with you. So we have 40 here, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 units, 4 measuring bits on this number line. So 40 divided by 4 equals 10. So each unit on this number line is worth 10 grams. On to the next one. It's 80, and we have 2 units. So 80 divided by 2 equals 40. So we have 40 grams here. So each unit on this scale is measured as 40 grams. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 units of measurement here again. So 100 divided by 4 equals 25. So here we have 25 grams. So what I'm going to do with you now is complete these number lines. So I have 2 grams here, 4 grams here on this first one, 6 grams here, 8 grams here, because we're adding 2, because each thing is worth 2 grams. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So if you add 2 to 8, that will be 10. Add 2 to 10, that will be 12 grams. Add 2 to 12 grams, that will be 14 grams, 16 grams, 18 grams, and then 20 grams. So this one here, we have 10 grams. This time we're adding 10s, not 2s, because that one's in 2 and this one's in 10. So 10 grams, 20 grams, 30 grams, and 40 grams. So this one here is measured in 40 grams. So 40 is the halfway point to 80 grams. So in this one here, 25, add another 25 is 50. So this is halfway, you see. So 50 is half of 100. Add 25 to 50 is 75 grams. So well done if you got any of these. I know this bit was the trickiest part of the lesson, but this is vital of understanding how to read a scale. So take the nearest number you can find, divide it by the number of units, so these bits here, and then you'll find out how many grams each unit is, or grams or kilograms or whatever your scale weighs in, or whichever setting you put it onto. So hope you found this useful. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. As I said earlier on in the video, after you've completed the tasks, for a bit of fun, go onto the internet, either on the laptop or smartphone, with the permission of your adult, of course, and put scales in and see what comes up. So you should get various different types of scales and see what they look like, see what they're used for, and have fun researching it. So for the previous work we've done, if you could email that to year3@grange.harrow.sch.uk along with any questions that you might have, that would be much appreciated. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.